How is it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking care of a big problem on both cars actually, but let me get the GR86 back on the ground and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys couldn't already tell, the car is way too loud, especially the cold start. It is ridiculously obnoxious. I feel bad for my neighbors because I already told them that the cars would only be here for a couple weeks because I thought I was moving warehouses. Turns out they're actually staying here. This made me curious, so I actually picked up a cheap decibel meter so we can figure out how loud this is, and I want to compare it to the FRS. So I'm going to set this, I don't know, 5 feet away from the exhaust, get the measurement, and do the same thing for the FRS. This thing is so filthy. Oh. Let's see what the damage is. Supposedly you can stick some pool noodles into the tailpipes and they act sort of like silencers to help cut down on the noise. Not sure how well this is gonna work, if at all, but I figured we'd give it a go. It's gonna look silly as hell. Surprisingly, the pool noodles actually did seem to work for a little bit until they got shot out of the exhaust, which is obviously a problem. So I don't think this is gonna be the solution. The GR86 is approximately 10 decibels louder than my race car. That is unacceptable, but also somewhat expected because the exhaust setup on this car is essentially a straight pipe exhaust. We have the JDL equal length catless header, we have their overpipe front pipe combo, which is also catless, and then we have the AWE Touring Edition exhaust. So we have 2 resonators in the exhaust, we have 2 resonators in the front pipe, but those really aren't gonna do much about the noise. It's more for drone. We hit 110 decibels on cold start, which according to the chart I looked at is approximately or equivalent of a nightclub or a chainsaw. So I may as well have a nightclub going on here every time I start the car. I definitely would not be wanting to live next to a nightclub. So there's a couple different options. We can either change out the header, swap the front pipe, or change the catback exhaust. Changing the exhaust, the catback, probably isn't gonna do much even if I threw on one that had a large muffler. And I don't really want to swap out the headers because we have a tune and I don't want to have to go through that whole process right now. So we're gonna swap to the OEM front pipe. That's hopefully gonna cut down on a lot of that noise while also not affecting the power, especially if you're naturally aspirated. So let's get this car back in the air. Unfortunately, I can't just swap out the front pipe itself. I have to take out the overpipe too because of that combo. It mounts together using a V-band clamp, so I can't mount the OEM front pipe to the JDL overpipe. So that's gonna suck, but we'll deal with it. Gotta take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Import Bible. They have some of the coolest JDM inspired apparel and accessories that I've seen. This Tofu delivery trainer shirt is from them. It's got the iconic Initial D arcade game on there. One of my favorite experiences in Tokyo, besides the food, was the crazy 7-story arcades. I also distinctly remember hearing pleasant greetings or melodies almost everywhere I went, which I sort of missed. So one of the best things that Import Bible has to offer is this Resha melody box. Resha means train in Japanese because that's where you always hear the melodies. But you install this box into your car. It's really easy to install. You can either plug it into your cigarette lighter, USB port, or hardwired if you want. And then every time you get in and go for a drive, you get a nice greeting. There's over 100 different greetings for you to choose from, and you can even have a custom one made if you want. This is actually staying in the car because I do actually love this and it reminds me a lot of Japan. You also see a lot of these mirrors in Japan. This is their heartbreaker mirror. It clips onto the OEM mirror and helps to improve the visibility a little bit. And because I got the one with the blue tint, that's gonna cut down on any glare from headlights behind me. And right under that, we have the smoking Bunta and double cup air fresheners in the classic black ice scent to keep our car smelling fresh. You can pick all that stuff up and more on importbible.com. Make sure to use the code KEV to get 10% off your order. Huge shout out to Import Bible, but let's get back to making this thing a little bit more quiet. The first thing we need to do is remove the skid pan and under panel for the transmission. It's just some 12 and 10 millimeter bolts and pop clips, and these should come right off. Damn it, why is there one random Allen bolt? The person I bought the car from actually had some Veris Engineering under panels on this car that they took off before they sold it to me. So some of the hardware is missing, but not a big deal. Too bad we didn't get the panels to come with the car. There's also this kind of triangle brace on the subframe here that we need to remove to give us better access to the connection up there. It's just 3 14 millimeter bolts. Now I can loosen this V-band clamp. You guys are doing the OEM stuff. I think it's just 2 14 millimeter nuts. There's just a 14 millimeter bolt holding it to the transmission. And now we just need to unbolt it from the cat back and we can drop the front pipe off. Ow! Fuck! Okay. Come on. Perfect. I should be able to pull this overpipe out since it's shorter than the stock one. Maybe. Maybe not. Damn it, I'm gonna have to lift the engine for this too. I need to jack the engine up to give us enough room to get the overpipe out and get the OEM one back in. So we need to remove the 2 17 millimeter nuts that are holding the engine mounts to the subframe. I've got the engine jacked up about probably 1 or 2 inches. I think that should be enough clearance. Yep, so got this one out. See if we can get the OEM one back in. Hey, look at that. Fits like a glove. I've got the overpipe roughly installed so we can toss the OEM front pipe back on. There we go. Oh, son of a bitch. I forgot to put the gasket on the overpipe. Damn it! Alright, there we go. Try again. The front pipe is back on the car. I've been running around for the past hour or so trying to find some exhaust bolts because I couldn't for the life of me find the OEM ones that should be around here, or maybe I left them back at the old place. But I went to 4 different places: Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Napa. They all said they had it in stock. only Napa did, and of course it was the last one that I went to. Probably karma for all the people that ordered parts from my videos that happen to be back ordered or out of stock. But we've got the bolts now. I'm gonna get these installed, get everything tightened up, reinstall the under panels, and we'll drop this thing down, and hopefully it sounds a lot better. That feels tight. You ever get to a point in an install where you really just hope that you remember to do everything right? Hopefully I have tightened everything down. Pretty damn loud. It's literally just the cold start that's the problem. Once the car warms up, it's nice and quiet and perfectly fine. Right now, we're sitting at about 75. The GR86 cold start is about the same as the FRS. Now, we didn't quiet it down quite as much as I would have liked, but we can't always get what we asked for. I'm still happy with it because it's better than what it was, and the car still sounds really good once it's warmed up. But what I'm curious about is what this car would sound like if I took the header off the FRS and tossed it on here, because we have an unequal length header on that car and an equal length header on this car. So if you guys are curious on how an unequal length header would sound, let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe I'll swap that over. Knock on wood, the weather is starting to get better here. So I'm hoping that I can get this car out and get you guys some sound reviews on the intake that I installed and how the exhaust is set up now, and I have other exhausts that I want to test as well. But that's going to do it. Don't forget to check out Import Bible. Get yourself that melody box, the mirror, and the other goodies, and use the code KEV to get 10% off your order. Also, if you didn't already notice, I'm rocking the GR86 Gradient hoodie. That's new and available on the driven.media website. This is my favorite design so far. So go check it out. If you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I'm a sucker for packaging, so I felt obligated to show you guys this. This is what the melody box comes in. Look at this tape. We've got Supra, NSX, RX-7. On the bottom, we have a Skyline. And then if I open this up, we have a nice set of instructions printed on the box, and underneath, cute little illustration. And then on this box itself, we have the tracks listed, all the functionalities of the button. And let me get this out and actually show you something. So they could have just included a regular normal cable, right? This actually swivels, the end swivels, and then this is magnetic, so the tip comes off. So just in case you bump this box or pull the cable accidentally, this will just come apart and you won't damage the box itself. How nice is that?